The hum of the fluorescent lights above felt like a judgment. My palms were slick, despite the cool air conditioning. Everyone else in the waiting room seemed so composed. Then my name was called. Mr. Harrison, the CEO himself, will be conducting this final interview. My heart hammered against my ribs. He asked the usual questions. My experience, my skills. I answered as best as I could, the words feeling inadequate, small. Then he leaned back, his gaze direct. Tell me, Ms. Evans, what is the biggest risk you've ever taken? A wave of panic washed over me. My mind went blank. All the practiced answers vanished. In that moment, something shifted. A quiet resolve settled within me. I looked him straight in the eye, believing in myself. The silence that followed was heavy, different, not awkward, but thoughtful. I could see a flicker of something in his expression. It hadn't always been this way, this quiet confidence. Just a few years ago, my English felt like a barrier, a wall between me and the world I wanted to reach. I remember my first presentation. My voice trembled, my words tangled. I could feel the eyes of my colleagues, the polite but palpable lack of engagement. I'd spend hours afterwards replaying the moments, cringing at my hesitant delivery, the simple words I couldn't find. It felt like my ideas were trapped behind a language I hadn't fully mastered. There was this one time, trying to explain a complex project to a client. I used the wrong word, a silly mistake, but it derailed the entire conversation. I felt so foolish. That's when I knew I had to change. Not just learn more grammar, but truly connect with the language, feel its rhythm. I started listening to podcasts, watching films in English, trying to absorb not just the words, but the way people actually spoke. The pauses, the intonation, the little phrases that added color. It was slow at first. I'd repeat sentences under my breath, trying to mimic the sounds. Some days felt like I wasn't making any progress at all. But then, little by little, things started to shift. I found myself understanding more, responding more quickly. The fear began to recede. I remember one conversation with a native English speaker. For the first time, I didn't feel that familiar knot of anxiety. I just spoke, and I was understood. That small victory fueled me. I started to participate more in meetings, my voice gaining strength, my words finding their mark. Back in Mr. Harrison's office, after my unexpected answer, he simply nodded. Tell me more about that. And I did. I spoke about the times I doubted myself, the moments I chose to push past that fear, to trust my instincts, my abilities. I talked about how learning to communicate effectively, in any language, starts with believing that your voice has value. The rest of the interview felt different. It wasn't just a question and answer session. It was a genuine conversation. When I left his office, I didn't know if I'd get the job, but I knew something had changed within me. A few days later, the email arrived. We are pleased to offer you the position. That single sentence I spoke in that silent room wasn't just about taking a risk. It was about acknowledging a journey of growth, of learning to believe in my own voice. And that, I realized, is what truly commands respect. Not just the perfect English, but the courage to speak your truth authentically. Your voice, whatever your level of English, holds power when it comes from a place of self-belief. Embrace that.